like the ranking, like I understand why it's that ranking, but that doesn't mean that
it doesn't suit everyone.
You're like in high school, like how would you know?
Yeah, no,
how would you know what you want to do for the rest of your life? That same room without any windows.
No windows? Like a dungeon. I'm surviving. Except my tuition is like...
Okay, let's not talk about that.
Okay.
Let's not talk about that. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna meet up with my friend Mia, which I have her on frequently on the channel, especially in high school because she's my high school friend. And she's now studying illustration at RISD, and I'm studying character animation at Calarts. So I thought it'd be really cool if we could film a video together, like reflecting on our different art school journeys, and especially how illustration is different from studying animation, which I'm also really curious about. So yeah, I'm gonna meet her at a cat cafe. I'm really excited. Anyways, so yeah, let's go. Hello. I met up with my friend Mia. You should introduce yourself first.
Hi, I'm Mia. How do I introduce? I study illustration at RISD. I graduate 2026 for school. I'm in a dance club and also lion dance club, so that takes up a lot of my outside of school time. And then I crochet in my outside of school and outside of school time.
On the topic of art education for today's video, there are also plenty of other ways you can enhance your drawing skills, such as today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives and has thousands of classes led by industry professionals from film, design, illustration, animation, productivity, and more. I personally was able to take the learning path Procreate for Professionals and master illustration techniques, in which Skillshare creates sequential class collections to master a specific skill, in which this case was illustration, where I got to learn more about uncovering artistic voice to creating my own pattern brushes. Since it's back to school season, why not learn something new? And the first 500 people who use my link will receive a 1-month trial on Skillshare. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video and supporting artists like me to keep making content for you. Anyways, back to talking about art schools.
Yeah, I'm just curious what the lifestyle difference is. Not just lifestyle, but the curriculum and the education difference between illustration and animation is. And like how different art schools can get.
Yeah, I feel like it can be pretty different.
Mia's been on my channel before, so yeah.
Yes.
I'll link her stuff. Okay, so let's start with this is like a half convo, half podcast, half interview. I don't really know the point, and it's also half of the cat cafe vlog.
Oh yeah.
So I think the first thing, let's just rewind back to when we were in high school. Like, what made you decide to study in RISD, especially illustration?
I decided to go to RISD because did ED for it, which is early decision, and then I got in, which means I couldn't apply to any other art school, so I was stuck with it. No, because the thing is, when I was doing, like in high school, I didn't have like the apprehension of like art schools that I have now. So back then I was like, RISD seems like a pretty good school, and they say that the illustration program is good, so I'm like, sure, why not? We can ED, and if I get in, I get in. If I don't get in, I apply to other schools. I just wanted to do art.
Me too. Like honestly, when you're like in high school, like how would you know?
Yeah.
How would you know what you want to do for the rest of your life?
It was very go with the flow.
Okay.
But I think it turned out fine. I'm surviving. Except my tuition is like...
Okay, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
How did you get into... Why did you want to go to Calarts? Because I feel like you wanted to go to Calarts.
Yeah. I think for me, like Like, I was thinking either illustration or animation, to be honest. The skills you need to make animation, a lot of the same skills you need for like to make an illustration piece. And like I still like love doing illustration, but like I think it was better for me to learn something that was way out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, because I feel like for me, because I'm not sure what I want to do, and I feel like for me illustration is more open-ended, because something I learned in illustration was like, you know how a lot of majors, they're like defined by like kind of the media they do, but for illustration, what one of my profs said that like resonated with me was that like it's more about like what it does rather than what it is. Illustration is very open-ended to me, I think. It's more about like conveying a message and what it does, I feel like. Yeah, that's something that I tell myself. No, but in high school, like I didn't know this at all.
I feel like in high school, like I was also just like the name, right?
Yeah.
Like RISD and Calarts.
Yeah.
Like I was just like Calarts has to be good. It's like the top school. RISD is like the top illustration school.
There are the cons, but
Yeah, I feel like once you actually, like I still like that ranking. Like I understand why it's that ranking, but that doesn't mean that
it doesn't
aren't,
suit everyone.
Yeah, it doesn't suit everyone, and it also has cons. Like even if it's the best.
Definitely.
Now let's talk about like the classes, like the education. Like talk about the schedule first. Like last year, second year, second sem. How was your week like?
Wait, do you guys have like foundation year, or do you just
No, we don't.
Okay, because for RISD there's the foundation year where basically everyone like has 3 studios and then 2 liberals. One of them is a requirement of like a history art class, so that it's like kind of more explorative and experimental. You get to like I feel like for me it really depends on the prof you get, but like the sentiment it has is that like you explore what you want to do, so that like you can kind of make the decision to choose what you want your major to be, even though it's debatable how useful it is and how if the stress is worth it. There's a rumor where it's like they make EFS really hard to like weed out people.
They make the foundation year.
And so I've heard that they're making it easier for mental health wise. But like that was how it was when I was a freshman. And then so for last semester when I was in illustration, I guess my typical week is like I go to class, I grind my homework, or I procrastinate by going to my clubs, and then I start doing my homework like whenever I can.
How many hours of class do you have?
So basically we have 3 studios, and for our first year of our majors, which is our sophomore year, we have 3 studios. Each one is 5 hours, and then we have 3 of those. One of them is painting, one of them is drawing, one of them is called visual thinking, which is more of like the conceptual thinking part. And then we have our 2 liberals, which we choose ourselves. So for those classes, it's basically lecture. And then for me, our final like thing was to write an essay. And then for our studios, it really depends on the prof you get. But yeah, painting, you do paintings. Drawing, you draw. And then concepts class, you do like, it's more, you get a prompt and then you make something for it. 15 hours of class for studio.
Per week?
Yeah, per week. And then 3 hours for the liberal class. Wait,
So 18 hours of classes per week.
Yeah.
So that's
Wait.
like
No, 21.
21.
21.
21.
If you're doing 2 liberals.
Oh,
But like
okay.
some people don't do 2. Some people just do 1.
So you like 4 or 5 hours of classes every day, on the weekday.
Yeah, but sometimes if you plan your schedule well, you get 1 free day.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think Calarts was kind of similar. Like in animation school, we still have to do all that liberal stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like our liberal is like also not really liberal. Like they try to make it as art as possible.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for us, there's definitely art-based liberals, but it depends on like what you want.
Like at least you guys have brown next door,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like we have like nothing.
You guys-
Literally just art and art only. It's kind of suffocating. Oh yeah, that leads us to my next question. Like, do you think there's a balance in your school?
I feel
do you
yeah,
think-
there is if you want to. Like, you have the option to. But I know there's definitely people who are like pulling all-nighters, like doing art.
I
every
guess
day.
that's just prominent in every
Yeah.
art school. Yeah.
But like for me, I think I was able to kind of balance like doing the stuff outside of school that I like and my schoolwork. But I feel like I had to sacrifice sleep kind of.
Oh,
So there's
yeah.
like a give and take, I guess.
You get to choose. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about like the projects you do in illustration? What are they like?
For like our painting class, we focus more on oil paintings because we apparently like you understand how to use colors better with oil paints, and like color theory wise have a still life in the middle and then we paint it, so it's pretty like self-explorative. It also depends on the prof. I keep saying this, like it depends on the prof, but like it really does. I had a painting prof during my first semester where we had to do like one painting every class and then one painting every homework.
Oh.
And so it was just like so many paintings.
But so like illustration, like when I think of illustration, it's like lined. I mean like lined artwork and like a fuller piece and like less abstract.
Yeah.
But like the way you're describing like painting is like actual like fine art
it's
painting.
like there's a mix of both. During our first semester, I guess it was more kind of like fine arts because we were still learning how to like use the medium. But for our second semester, my prof was a lot more chill, and he was like, paint a dragon entering a city. So like that's kind of, I feel like, more abstract.
Do you have to like learn like the foundations, like perspective?
Oh yeah,
cubes?
that's for drawing. In our drawing class, we learned how to do perspective.
Oh.
So the first semester was perspective. Second semester was like human anatomy.
Oh, I guess
stuff.
like when I think of illustration, is more like you're drawing.
Yeah, because
Unless
I
it's a
guess
painting.
they want us to explore more, I guess. And so there's like people who go into illustration who go into fine arts. So there's still like the fine art side of it, but there's also people who choose to like after first year never do painting again and just do like digital stuff.
That's like us. Like they give you the option to like do 3D if you want in the beginning.
What's your typical week like?
I think like it's similar. Our classes are like 3 hours per class.
I feel like it's also harder for animation because like you guys are staring at a screen.
Oh yeah, all of our classes are in the same classroom, and it's just a classroom with like a lot of graphic tablet computers.
God.
Like that's like
I saw it.
Yeah.
Like the rows and rows.
Yeah.
I guess one thing about RISD is the campus is nice. Except that it's on a hill.
I feel like for us it's like they recently made refurbished the animation building, so it looks cool. But that's like it's like only like mostly workspace. It's like lots of classrooms. For classrooms, it's still like that same room without any windows.
Oh my god, no windows? It's like a dungeon.
We have 2 classes in a row, and it's like 6 hours. And then you walk in, it's like daytime, and you walk out, it's like nighttime.
Wait, what? Are you guys like in the basement?
Close to, but not in the basement.
Oh my god.
What kind of alumni spawn from RISD? Like what fields do people usually go into? Especially for illustration.
Yeah, I feel like for illustration it varies a lot, but according to my second semester concepts professor, he was like a lot of people go into directing And he said that's why like being able to give good critique and receive critique is important. Let me think. A lot of, or not a lot, but I know someone who went into like video game stuff, design stuff, also freelancing, or just, I guess it depends like if you want to go corporate or like your own stuff.
I feel like RISD would be less corporate, right?
It is, but there's also definitely people who like do, yeah, I guess overall it's still less corporate though. I don't know, it really, I feel like it also varies a lot because people like jump from different things. I've also seen a lot of people who, or like a few people who just do a bunch of boothing stuff, but I feel like that's like kind of a side job. I don't know what their main job is, or not. I don't know if it's a lot, but like there's people who they have a less art related job that they enjoy, yeah, and then they do like art stuff as well.
I actually like was like discussing this with another animation person recently, like because the state of the animation industry is not that well. Yeah, so because of that, like a lot of people are losing jobs and stuff, and like people that are getting into the industry, they're like losing hope, like if they're even gonna get a job, because there are so few job openings and a lot of people getting laid off. So what if I just like make it like a side hustle thing instead now, like, and like still persevere that little like my own passion into drawing too, because like when it becomes your job, right, like it can like really die. Yeah, like even in art school I feel like a lot of my friends like got like less passionate and stuff in drawing.
No, I kind of get that. My art account's a little bit stagnant right now.
But you've been crocheting a lot.
Yeah, but I've been crocheting a lot.
But I think crochet is your outlet because your main education is now drawing?
I think maybe. I can't tell if it's like I just found new things I want to do, or if it's like, I guess I still enjoy book though. So.
It's like your biggest takeaway in art school, do you think? It can be like not even an art skill.
My biggest takeaway, like life-wise?
Yeah, okay, one life-wise and one art-wise.
Oh, do you have yours?
Okay, I can go first while you think. I feel like life-wise is really learning the art-life balance. If you understand like how to have that balance, I feel like naturally you'll like drawing more and you will less have art blocks. So like figuring out my art-life balance is actually like the key to making good art. And also because I'm like animators are storytellers, so you need to like live life first to make create stories. So that's my biggest life takeaway. Learning perspective was the biggest thing.
Oh my god, I was dying in my like perspective drawing class because like we had like a size requirement where we had to draw big, and like I don't know, like I don't even have a ruler that big. Like life takeaway is I am able to do the things that I want to do if I want to do it. Because remember in high school when there was like RISD alumni who came, like I asked them if I would have time to like do co-curricular activities, and they were like no. And I was like really sad because I was like, I like having like a sport or like something outside of school to do. So it is doable, I've realized.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous. Like RISD has so many clubs. There's zero clubs in Calarts, guys. Like at least no character animator has are in any clubs. There are like posters around like looking projects for help, but there's no
like club.
Really
grateful we're next to Brown because a lot of the clubs are at Brown.
Basically like 99.9% of the time I'm only with animators. Like even like the liberals, like in the liberal classes they're too big that you don't talk to anyone. So the only friends I have outside of animation are like people I met way in like orientation. Okay, next question. Is there any point where you decided to switch majors?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Because I like doing like hands-on things. So I did consider switching to industrial design. Like I did ask them if I could, but they said they were too full. And honestly, I'm grateful that I didn't switch because I don't think I would be happy there. It's more technical.
So you just want more like hands-on learning about materials.
Yeah. They do kind of do that. There's like a metal class and a wood class, but like I feel like I wouldn't get to make what I want to do in those classes because they do like really technical work.
Oh
like,
you
have to sand something to like a certain angle. So like I feel like if I want to do stuff like that, I can do it in my own time, hopefully. Which is why I considered switching to jewelry, but that would mean I would have to take like 1 more year of class. So I feel like either I do like something after I graduate about jewelry, or I just do it like outside of school.
I feel like if I wanted to study animation, then like Calarts was like the school, right? But then I always like thought about what if I was studying somewhere else. This campus can get really suffocating sometimes, and I was just like, it was more like a location thing. I feel like animation was the right choice because like my art did improve so much since high school, so I think that was really good. And I learned a lot about like the industry and stuff. Dude, there's like the kid playing like soccer, like the little toy next door, and he's going ham. Anyways, because like the school like really doesn't have the best balance. Like even if you have the best self-discipline, which I think I do have, it's still really hard to like maintain like a good balance between art, because like you're just stuck on campus all the time and all you have is art, and then all the subjects you're taking is art, and then everyone around you is also talking about art. It's like hard.
I guess it feels like you're in a bubble. No, I get that, because like whenever I talk to like our high school friends who are in art, I'm like, it's kind of really refreshing because like they think so differently. And I'm like, wow, you guys are doing like medicine and dissecting bodies. Wow.
I don't regret taking animation. Do you regret taking illustration?
I don't think so. A part of me is like, I feel like I didn't improve as much as I wish I did. But I feel like even if my art itself didn't improve, because I'm constantly thinking about art, I feel like the way I think about art has changed. Like I feel like it's benefited me.
I think the best like takeaway, I guess, for the both of us for art school, would you say is like the way you think about art? Yeah,
definitely. Because I feel like you realize there's so much more to art than just like drawings.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
There's a lot of things to think about.
Yeah.
And like what kind of message you want to convey. And I think it's also like the first step of like getting artistic voice.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that is it. Comment down below what you found interesting, I guess. Okay, some more footage of cats. Okay, bye.
As we wrapped up our conversation and petted the lovely cats in the cafe, I realized that there's just so much to art. In animation, which is what I've been doing for the past 2 years, we focus a lot more on the commercial side, preparing for the animation industry, which often means getting good at a specific skill to be hired in the future, whereas in illustration, you do more of a holistic approach, covering all aspects and different mediums to fine-tune your craft as an artist. I don't know how other schools may vary between these two majors, but one thing is for certain. The way that we think about art has drastically changed because of art school, how we approach making art in a more meaningful way. I filmed this video, definitely not the intent, trying to figure out if animation or illustration, which one is better, but more about learning what being an artist means. And as I said, talking to Mia, it was really cool to see what people are doing outside of the animation bubble. The animation is cool too. Mia and I have been friends for a very long time, and I'm proud of us for coming so far as the shy and quiet art kids in high school and heck, even middle school. Thank you so much for watching to the very end, and I hope this video is useful. Please comment down below if there's any content you'd like to see from me, because I'm always open to new ideas. And with that, see you in the next video, hopefully soon. Stay safe. Bye bye.